Now at 6 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, Victoria police arrested a San Antonio man this week. A second man charged in the murder of a Houston girl faces a huge bond. And South Texas got a lot of rain from Tropical Storm Alberto, and we still need more rain, Mac.
Yeah, that's the story. I mean, it was a good shot in the arm, but it hasn't taken over the drought that we're in. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Did have a few little afternoon showers sort of popped up, but these are little garden varieties, not enough, maybe a drops here and there. How about the tropics? Well, we'll take a look at them coming up in just a few minutes.
And the Victoria Generals return home, having already clinched the 1 seed in the postseason, and the Aggies with a massive hole to fill after falling in the College World Series. I'll have that in sports.
You're watching 25 News now at 6. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Don Brubaker. Karina Garcia has the night off. Victoria County deputies arrested a 46-year-old man Monday. Eric Enriquez from San Antonio is charged with online solicitation of a minor sexual conduct. He is in the Victoria County Jail in lieu of $50,000 bond. Victoria police arrested a 22-year-old man Monday. Kobe Levine of Victoria faces 2 charges, including burglary of a home intending other felony. He is in the Victoria County Jail in lieu of $40,350 bond. A second Venezuelan man living in the U.S. illegally and accused of killing a 12-year-old Houston girl has been ordered to be held on a $10 million bond. Johan Rangel is one of 2 men charged with capital murder in Jocelyn Nungare's death. The other is Franklin Ramos. Rangel's bond was set by a judge during a court hearing Tuesday in Houston. Pena's bond was also set at $10 million during a Monday court hearing. Immigration authorities say both men are Venezuelan nationals who entered the U.S. illegally in March. We are just getting late word on this. The City of Point Comfort boil water notice has just ended a few minutes ago. The boil water notice was issued, as you can see, on June 21st. And earlier this month, there was a boil water notice in Point Comfort. That notice ended on June 5th. Now, South Texas did not get enough rain from Tropical Storm Alberto. The Texas Tribune reports the region's 2 major reservoirs are at record low levels. Agricultural leaders are worried the citrus industry could be devastated this summer. The levels at the Amistad International and Falcon International reservoirs remain near or at record lows. The low water reserves are partly due to the lack of water deliveries from Mexico that are required under a 1944 treaty between the 2 countries. Mexico is also having a drought. The DeWitt County Commissioner's Court order lifted the county's burn ban today. The burn ban took effect June 15th. They advise residents to be safe when burning by having water close at hand, burn away from any structures, flammable objects, or vegetation. Now let's take a first look at your forecast. Here's First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Mac Pettis. So, Mac, there is some good news from the crossroads because of all the rain we got from Alberto. The 1 burn ban's off.
Yeah, well, that is the good side of all this. And the rain from Alberto, let me tell you, it was a real blessing, but it just not enough one rain to solve all the problems that they're having at the coast. Now, it's not only Texas, but all the way into Nuevo Leon in Mexico, where everybody's just begging for rain. So they had a tropical storm, and you know what they said? We need some more. So we'll see about that. We do have some system beginning to sort of take shape down in the Caribbean. We'll have more on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you. Tesla is recalling its futuristic new Cybertruck pickup for the 4th time in the U.S. This recall will fix problems with trim pieces that can come loose and front windshield wipers that can fail. The Cybertruck went on sale November 30th. The new recalls each affect more than 11,000 trucks. The Austin company says it knows of no crashes or injuries caused by the problem. Tesla will replace the parts at no cost to owners who will be notified by letter August 18th. Ford is recalling more than 500,000 of its F-150 pickups in the United States because of a transmission problem. In documents posted today by regulators, Ford says there is a downshift issue which can cause the trucks to downshift to first gear unexpectedly, possibly causing a driver to lose control of their vehicle and increasing the likelihood of a crash. Letters will be sent to owners who will be able to take the truck to a dealer for updated software at no cost. The U.S. Surgeon General declared gun violence an urgent public health crisis. The Surgeon General says it has profound consequences for survivors, communities, and mental health. In 2022 alone, more than 48,000 people in the U.S. died from firearm-related injuries. The advisory says fears about gun violence are particularly common among children, with many worrying they will experience an incident at school. Here's your viewer poll this afternoon. Scan that QR code on your screen to vote now. Now, the Surgeon General says the biggest cause of death among children and teens, according to their stats, guns. Do you agree that gun violence is the leading cause of death among children and teens? Yes or no? 38% of our voters say yes. 62% say no. We thank you for voting, and we want to hear your opinion. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part, and I will have an update on 25 News Now at 10. A suburban San Diego mother is grateful her 5-year-old daughter is saved. It's all thanks to a teen who intervened in an attempted kidnapping.
It's her summer job, working at the bounce house at the Mission Valley Mall.
I just come here, enjoy, have fun with the kids.
17-year-old Jasmine spent plenty of time bouncing around here as a kid. Now she's getting thanked for saving one.
As soon as I found out about it, something said I needed to come up here and talk to them and meet the person who saved my daughter.
Amanda Hartwell is here with a gift for Jasmine. Her 5-year-old daughter was at the bounce house on Thursday with her sister, another child, and their grandmother when police say a man grabbed her and tried to kidnap her.
He grabs the littlest one, which is 5 years old, picks her up, and the other two start screaming. And from that moment, I knew something was wrong.
Jasmine doesn't want to be shown on camera, but that screaming is when she rushed in to help. She says she was sitting in this white trailer when her instincts kicked in and she ran out the door.
So I just ran out and I grabbed her and I hugged all three of them and he had sped off.
Police tracked down the suspect, 42-year-old Renee Lujan, on the eastbound 94. Lujan is accused of another kidnapping attempt just across the parking lot here on Tuesday. For Hartwell, she's grateful her kids thought to yell.
I am very proud of. I'm proud of both of them.
But perhaps even more relieved, it was Jasmine on the clock that day.
So overwhelmed, grateful, blessed, thankful that she was here and she, risked herself for my children.
For me to save someone's life, to make sure that someone's protected, makes me feel great.
In Mission Valley, Spencer Soysher, ABC 10 News.
Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. Then you can see Crossroads Today on YouTube. 2 nights before the first presidential debate, major primary elections are held across the country. That's coming up on 25 News Now at 6. Also ahead, aspirin is a big help to many people, but it could be used too often. Primary voters head to the polls today in several states. The headline race is in New York's 16th district, where progressive Democrat Representative Jamal Bowman faces a serious challenger.
Instead of seeking re-election in the 3rd District of Colorado, Representative Lauren Boebert has set her sights on the 4th Congressional District, on the other side of the state.
Coming over here into the 4th District, I want to say I'm so grateful to each and every one of you and so many others who have welcomed me and my family.
Her 2022 race in Colorado District 3 was the tightest GOP House race of the year. The 4th Congressional District is more conservative and wealthier, which could be key to preserving her political future. But Boebert has been embroiled in a series of scandals during her time in office, and her participation in this primary has received mixed reactions.
I don't like her politics. I don't like her attitude.
I know it caused a lot of controversy when she moved to District 4, and we just felt that she's still the right person to represent us.
Boebert, who has allied herself with Donald Trump, has received the former president's endorsement.
Lauren, you're going to do fantastically in your district. Lauren Boebert, thank you.
She faces a crowded primary Republican field, including a former talk radio host and 2 members of the state legislature. This seat used to be held by hardline conservative Representative Ken Buck, who often clashed with his own party. He decided to leave Congress before the term was over.
There's also a special election taking place to fill this seat for the remainder of the term. Boebert is not participating in that race, which allows her to finish her term representing her current district. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Snapchat is working to make it harder for teens to be contacted on the app by people they don't know. It's the social media platform's latest effort to stop the sexual and financial exploitation scam known as sextortion. New features include expanded warning pop-ups that appear when a teen gets a message from someone they don't share mutual friends with or have in their contacts. Teens will also get a warning message if they get a chat from a user who has been blocked or reported by others, or who is from a region where the teen's other contacts are not located. Some seniors across the U.S. continue to take aspirin every day, even though they should not be. Outdated guidance recommended a low dose daily to reduce the risk of blood clots. But experts warn taking aspirin daily could also come with undue consequences, like excessive bleeding. The latest research, published Monday in the Annals of Internal Medicine, found nearly 30% of adults 60 or over are still using aspirin. About 5% of them are doing so without medical advice. Summer is in full swing. Local journalist Bill Clough took a look around and captured some of the sights and sounds of summer in Victoria.
Sing a song of summer. Long days of sun, long days of heat. 4 months of it. Time to seek the comfort of a tree swing under the shade of a live oak tree. It provides a breeze, if briefly, and creates its own patterns of summer light. Fair weather cumulus seem to promise rain, but they always break their vow. But sometimes but it's soon over. The garden population is ecstatic. Butterflies and bumblebees, a clutch of caladiums and crepe myrtle, a squirrel at brunch, a hungry titmouse, a couple of house wrens who think they're hummingbirds, and another bird not suffering from an identity crisis. A fanning fern, and figlets, althea, crossvine, a leopard plant, a lily full of spiders and a moth, lantana, begonia, petunias, Turk's caps and porterweed, roses, of course, and wind chimes. The whole chorus, all singing the song of summer.
If you have not seen episode number 1, Let's Grow Texas Ag, a great program on the state of agriculture in the Crossroads, you can catch it this Saturday on 3 Victoria Television Group stations. On KABU at 5 p.m., it's on KVCT at 4 p.m., and on KXTS at 11:30 a.m.
And good afternoon, everybody. We're looking at 91 degrees. Feels like 104. Yes, sweating to the oldies, as they say. But at least these temperatures are where we're supposed to be this time of year. Our high was 93. Our average is 93. We have been up to 106. Coming up, we'll be talking about the spotty showers that we're looking for the rest of the week. And also, we'll take a trip to the tropics. All that in just a moment. Well, good afternoon, everybody. We did have some little afternoon showers that popped this afternoon. I hope maybe you were the lucky one and got some on your yard. There you see the city, and there you see most of the activity just north of the city, I guess headed up toward Cuero. But all that lasted maybe a whole hour, and then it's about over with. But that's what our pattern is going to be for most of this week. You can see how most of Texas is under the sunshine and the heat, but along the coastal bend here, at least we have enough moisture to pop a few pretty clouds. This is what I consider to be normal summertime weather, okay? It's hot, it's humid, you get out in the morning, it's steamy, you see the clouds build, all of a sudden a shower or two roll in, and then the evenings are fairly comfortable if we get some cool air coming down. But you know, at least we're not at 100 degrees because we're looking at our temperature staying normal for a couple of days. Now, the heat that we had a couple of weeks ago is now in the Central Plains. In fact, from, well, let's see, North Texas through Oklahoma and on into Kansas, they're under extreme or excessive heat warnings that they're getting right about now. So all that heat is up there, and it is a blocking force. You know, if you want to do Zach Brown football analysis, we're not going to get any tropical activity if the high is here. When it moves up, it allows the door to open up, and right about now, it's going to deflect everything farther south. So yes, we do have a new tropical depression, and yes, it will likely continue rolling toward the Gulf, but yes, it will probably stay fairly low. Now here's where the invest area is. It's actually started in the Atlantic, crossed over the Lesser Antilles, and there you see it organizing. Now this is right now at a broad area of low pressure. It's got about 30-mile-an-hour winds, but you can see how it's over the Caribbean waters, which are very warm. So the chances of this continuing are very high. It's going to continue and then roll into somewhere near Belize. Now, the peninsula, it either goes over Yucatan or it runs into Belize, and we'll figure out what happens after that in a couple of days. Your rain chance is going to be with us, but it's a very low rain chance. You can see right about there, no significant activity, nothing severe, just these little garden variety showers. But again, the temperature staying at or about where we're supposed to be this time of year. All of the counties to the north of us, including Cuero, are under a heat warning, or heat advisory rather, and it's those counties here in dark orange that are in the excessive heat warning. I mean, in other words, we're watching out for the heat. They're having it, there's no doubt about it. And as we were talking about earlier, when Alberto, the storm, came through, I mentioned that this is good. We're going to get a good dump of rain. Well, we did, but whatever they got out west, they're saying, well, it's not enough. We need some more. I just found out, looking up the records, that Falcon Dam, which was only built in the 50s to help channel the Rio Grande, is at 12% of capacity. So, yeah, they need a little bit more rain. Looking at temperatures staying around 90, 92 over the next few days. Our rain chance is very low right on through the weekend. None of this is going to bother your weekend activities. And then we'll watch and wait to see what happens out of the tropics. That's your 7-day forecast, reminding everybody we do have a QR code. Love for you to scan that and put Crossroads Today on your phone. Here's Karina. No, you're not
Really?
Karina.
No, I'm not. If I was, that'd be our top story tonight. But anyway, thank you, Mac. And Zach Brown has that sports analysis tonight, and you're analyzing, Zach, a troubling day in Aggie land.
Yeah, so it was bad enough to lose the College World Series. They were dealt another blow, and it's not so much who they lost, but where he's going to. I'll have that in sports. The College World Series is over. Heartbreak for the Texas A&M Aggies, who came so close to the pinnacle of college baseball. Fell just short, but they did have some South Texas talent that took over on the big stage. Getting the start on the mound for the Aggies, Justin Lampkin out of Cal Allen, which is a Corpus area school. And then we had an area kid, Ryan Targosh out of Hallettsville, who just missed a game-tying homer in Game 2 in the ninth. It went 0 for 1 last night. His college days are over, but he certainly made his mark wearing the number 12, which is a huge deal for Aggies athletics. Via his Twitter, Targosh says, quote, I can't express my gratitude enough to Texas A&M University and the 12th man. It has been the best 4 years of my life, and that would not have been possible without the endless support. Forever thankful. Thanks and gig 'em. Targash had a great career over in College Station. And how about that big blow? Head coach Jim Schlossnagle leaving for the University of Texas job just 1 day after the College World Series. Now, how about the baseball team here in Victoria? The Generals back at the ballpark this afternoon. Got to be the hottest team in the Texas Collegiate League. Already have a playoff spot and the first seed wrapped up in this first half of the season. Still with 2 games to go in the first half, and those 2 games will be today and tomorrow against Brazos Valley. The Generals winners of 8 of their last 9, trying to keep their foot on the gas and stay hot.
Just keep it on them, you know what I mean? I mean, we have it locked down over here, first place, but I mean, we want to keep getting those wins, improve the record, you know, and just, I mean, keep it fun out here. Knowing that your guys are going to go out there and score 5, 6, 7 runs, I mean, just a ton of confidence goes into like your head now, knowing like, hey, I can give up 1 and still be fine. We're still going to win this ball game because I know my guys got my back up out there.
Gotcha. This is Alvarez's 3rd time facing the Brazos Valley Bombers. He said he has a better understanding of how to pitch to certain guys, and for him, it's just another game. First pitch at 7:05. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup delivered the excitement on the ice between the Oilers and Panthers. The Panthers took the lead 2-1 on the goal from Sam Reinhart. Big goal there as Florida trying to avoid losing the Stanley Cup for the 2nd year in a row. That goal proved to be the difference. Our final score was 2-1, and the goalkeeper for the Panthers, Sergei Bobrovsky, who has been in the league since 2010, finally gets his first title. But his backup, an area guy, well, from Corpus, by the name of Anthony Solaris, who played for the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. The NBA draft will be right here on KAVU TV starting tomorrow night at about 7 p.m. 2 Texas teams selecting in this year's lottery. The Rockets pick at number 3, the Spurs picking at number 4. The Rockets, coming off a year in which they went 500, showed a lot of improvement. That pick is from Brooklyn as part of the Harden deal a few years back. The Spurs continue to try and build around Wemby. That is it for your sports. Don, back to you.
All right, Zach, thank you. And we're back in a moment. A hockey star took a dip in the Atlantic Ocean with the Stanley Cup Tuesday after his team won its first NHL championship. Finally tonight, the iconic Stanley Cup already enjoying some sun and surf during its latest visit to Florida. Florida Panthers star Matthew Tkachuk took a swim in the Atlantic Ocean with the championship trophy as the team continued the celebration in Fort Lauderdale today. Tkachuk and his teammates and fans partied at the Elbow Room after they defeated the Edmonton Oilers 2-1 in Game 7 and won the team's first cup. Tkachuk said he did not sleep all night and does not plan on sleeping anytime soon. Of course, if you drop that cup in the water and it goes away, he'll have many sleepless nights. The Stanley Cup is that old. But party in Florida.
Yeah, I thought they would have filled it up with daiquiris or something, you know.
There's got to be a replica,
Probably,
right? Surely they don't take the real thing out there.
before and after they'll do that.
Folks, I wanted to show you, Don, we were talking about this. This is a picture of Falcon Lake with the low water that it has, 12% of capacity. So, yeah, Alberto did drop some rain, but that lake is famous because they built it and they said it would never fill, and then they got a tropical storm and it was filled. So that's kind of the way it works out. Spotty showers through the week.
Thank you, Mac. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tonight for 25 News Now at 10. Have a good one, everybody.